How are we all doing? Are we all ready to get Man United away? That's why we are all here for the FA Cup fourth round draw. Really excited, really looking forward to it, and got the potential of getting someone decent. We'll get on to who we all expect to be getting in a second. Let's just run through the chat and see who we've got in here. We've got Andy. Bozzy is in here as well. We've got Rob, Lee, so many familiar faces. Pricey. So there's so many of you that I recognise. Rachel is in the chat as well. Hope we're all doing all right. So, numbers to look out for. I've got a list here of numbers that I've written down of potential teams who I think are tough teams that we could potentially face. First things first, Aston Villa are number 18 in the draw. So we've got to watch out for that one. Hopefully it comes out first. And then the other numbers to look out for, we've got Wrexham, who are number 2. That's who I've got a feeling we're going to get. Don't know why. Just got a feeling that we're going to get Wrexham. You've got Liverpool, number 3. Brighton, 4. Spurs, 7. West Brom, 9. Leeds, 12. Leicester, 13. City, 21. Chelsea, 25. Wolves are 28. And 32. We know who 32 are. So 32 are in a replay. It'll just be them to lose to Hull, and then we end up getting Hull if 32 comes out. So, I think we're going to get Wrexham. I've had this feeling all day about Wrexham. So in the chat now then, let me know who you think we are going to get in the draw, and I'll put them on screen and we'll see what the majority's going with. I know probably a few of you are going to go United away. I don't know. I've got a funny feeling we're not going to get like a Premier League tough team away. If I've got to be honest, I'm not really bothered who we get. Really, I think we're that type of team now that we could probably beat anybody. So, and we've shown we can beat anybody. So I don't really fear anyone. I mean, Man City away, but then again, they'll probably make a few changes anyway. So we'll go through now. We'll have a look what all you guys are saying then. So we've got Aaron's gone with United, of course. We have got, let's find these then. So we've got Baggies. A couple of you are going Baggies. We've got Swansea away, Plymouth at home. We have got Hull at home. Yeah, it'll just be like them to mess it up and we'll end up getting Hull. They'll probably bottle it knowing that they've got their big day out coming, and they'll probably freeze, won't they? Rachel is going with Spurs or Newcastle away. Yeah, I guess Newcastle away, that would be a tough one. Baggies, Wrexham, I would like at home like you. I've got a feeling we've got a couple more for Wrexham. This one would be a decent one. Maidstone would be a good one. I think if we get any of those teams, you want to get them at Villa Park. Hopefully they'll get more money from being at Villa Park as well. Plymouth, quite a few of you are going for Plymouth. A couple of Wrexham still in there. Norwich or Bristol. So we've got a lot of you currently watching. We've got over 460 people watching. So if you can help me out, just press like. And hopefully it'll generate more Villa fans, more attention in here. And subscribe if you're new. If you are watching and you want to comment, then you can subscribe and then you'll be able to comment as well. So just helps the channel out, helps me out massively. So let's have a little look at what's happened then in the FA Cup so far in the third round. So kicked it off, didn't it? Was it Thursday or was it Friday? It's really weird of the FA Cup to play sort of, those games a couple of days before everyone out. I don't know. It just felt weird that we got that a couple of games before, but we've got the 0-0 with Everton and Palace. An okay game, actually. Wolves did well to salvage a point against, to get a replay against Brentford. They were down to 10 men. What other games did I watched? The Arsenal and the Liverpool game. A good game. Wasn't as good as the game at Anfield, but I thought that was a pretty decent one. Sunderland, I watched that game as well. It's not a proper derby, is it? That it's like we're just gonna sing a couple of songs at each other, and yeah, I think Sunderland tried to sort of bring the tackles and the intensity, but there's a big goal for class, and what we are starting to see is that there's that sort of lack of what you find with the FA Cup, years and years ago, the big giant killings. And I think now we're starting to see, the dominance of Premier League teams like, Fulham against Rotherham. Fulham ended up going through. Coventry had a good result against Oxford. Ipswich are flying in the Championship. We've got Brighton coming from behind to beat Stoke. Sheffield United won 4-0. So if they're beating teams 4-0, then Christ. Eastleigh, I think they're of the National League. They were losing and down to 10 men, and then that managed to get a draw as well. So, that would be a massive, massive game if they can get someone like a Premier League team away from home. Bournemouth came from behind. Walsall lost 4-0. Plymouth won. They drew. Chelsea won. So it's pretty routine. That was a bit of a surprising one. West Ham. So Forest 2-2 as well. So it's quite a few big teams are still in it. Well, I just wanted to talk about sort of like the FA Cup a little bit before we got into it, and catch your thoughts on it all, really, because I've been listening to news outlets and different shows on YouTube and that, and even TalkSport today. They've been talking about the FA Cup, and they were playing the interviews from Thomas Frank and from who was it, Nottingham Forest manager, and they were talking about like that they don't want to have replays in the FA Cup anymore, and the replays should just disappear. So in the chat, are you a fan of the replays? Should they stay? Yes or no? I'll gauge your opinion. We've got over 540 people in here now. Subscribe, smash a like. So are you in favour of the replays? My opinion is yes. There's so much, and I'm 34, so I'm sort of like, I'd say I'm a middle of the road football fan that's sort of grew up with the history of the FA Cup and what it means. And then there's probably some fans that are quite young and don't really know much about the FA Cup, and they may probably have a different view on it. But, I think we've got to stick with replays in the FA Cup. We'll bring in the main man, Mr. Heritage. Justin, FA Cup replays, should they stay or should they go?
What are you on about replays?
Yeah.
I think the way the game's gone over the years now, that they've sort of become a necessity, haven't they, to go because of the condensing of the fixtures. I like to replay, but I think it used to get out of hand. You used to get 2, 3, 4 replays, so it was a bit daft. But I think one replay and then go straight to penalties, I think that's probably about right. Because what you got to think is lower league sides, that's their one big chance, isn't it? And if they get a draw at home against a decent side and then they manage to take it to a replay, then they get another payday, don't they? So I do think there's a lot of benefit for replays. But for the bigger clubs in multiple competitions, Europe and stuff, it just becomes a bit of a ball out for them, doesn't it? So, yeah, I can see the positives and minuses for it all, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think when that sort of Super League was announced, wasn't it? And they've been the second phase of it has come about, and they've been talking about what it can bring, and they're saying that the money can sort of like filter down the levels, and all this rubbish. But for a team that's sort of like in the National League or League Two, that are struggling for funds, if they get a draw against Manchester United in the FA Cup, they should go to United and get that payday and just get, I just think it's better for them, because they've earned it, haven't they? If you look at over a two-legged tie, they're probably going to lose. So give them their reward for even like getting the the draw and let them go to Old Trafford and stuff. But then the other thing is, there's a couple more ideas that have been throwing around. Is that I think it was it Jeff Stelling that he was saying that it should now be seeded. What would you say about it being seeded?
No, I
So the
think that
Premier League can't play Premier League.
no, absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The glory of the FA Cup is the total randomness of the draw, isn't it? Like we saw in the first round, Liverpool, Arsenal. Neither of them would want to play each other in the third round. But if you get through, like for teams like Villa, one of them teams goes out, doesn't it? And I want to see Liverpool, Man City in this draw tonight. That'd be ideal for everyone else, wouldn't it? You want to see all the big sides get knocked out early days, because you want a bit of glory in the FA Cup, don't you? You want the magic of the FA Cup. The two local non-league teams by me, Chasetown and Hensford, in the past they've had amazing runs to the third round, and I think Chasetown was the last to get there a few years ago, and that one game set them up for 10 years worth of income on one game. It's allowed them to become the club they are today. Whereas to like a team like a Premier League side, it's nothing, is it? We sort of write it off. So no, definitely don't see it. I wish the Champions League would go back to straight knockouts. That's for me a proper cup is just anyone can play anyone. I mean, you've seen it a bit I love the darts, and that's seeded. But I suppose that that doesn't always mean you're going to get the best two players in the final, as we saw in the final of the darts this year. But no, for cup competitions, definitely not. 100% not.
How are you feeling about being in the fourth round? It feels
It's
weird that we're
unusual.
doing this. I remember last year, I think we did the draw for the third round, and I think we was all buzzing that we got Stevenage, and then look
thinking
what
we're going to get
happened.
another draw. No.
This is a watershed moment for Villa here in this fourth round, because we haven't been in it for about 7-8 years, have we? So
8 years, yeah.
It's gonna be yeah, it is, to be fair. But I mean, the big thing as well is, like, even the game on Saturday is, don't draw that game, because what we don't want to do is play a game after Everton where we're meant to be having like a week off for this winter break, and we just want to have a week off. If they, I don't know what their players are doing. I don't know whether they're having a break or they're actually going to warm weather training. I haven't seen anything, but this break has felt like it was needed, and some teams have now got to play a game in that sort of week now. So the ties for this are going to be on let me just get the calendar. So we play Newcastle on the 30th. So these games are going to be the weekend of, the Friday the 26th, Saturday the 27th, or Sunday the 28th. And then we play Newcastle on the 30th. So this is where these games are going to be played. So potentially we might have another home game before we have to play in the Premier League against Newcastle. So hopefully that's the case. Or away. I don't know. What are you feeling? Who are you thinking we're going to get? Because I've said we're going to get Wrexham. There's quite a few in the chat that have said Wrexham, Baggies, the team that will not be named, number 32. But yeah, who are you going with?
I think for the perfect draw for me would be a home draw against anyone lower than League One, League Two. For the sake of our season, really, to continue as well as we can, we want the little upheaval as possible. It would allow us to rotate some players as well, to allow us to continue in the competition. Like I said, I think the other day when we did a pod, we've got to take the FA Cup semi-seriously at the very, very least, because if we do get knocked out of Europe, which could happen, you don't know, do you? Over two legs, a bit of a shock, you could go out. We could get a really tricky next round. And then all of a sudden, you've got nothing to play for. So the FA Cup then becomes incredibly important, doesn't it? So to just write it off it would be madness for me. Yes, if we get 3 or 4 rounds down the line and we're in the semi-final of the Conference League and still third or second in the league, obviously you then have to prioritise. But until that happens, then we just go full bore for all competitions for me. So the best result today would be a home draw against as lower league opposition as we possibly can, to allow us just to continue, going through the rounds. If we get away at one of the top sides, then we'll just go there and give it our best shot. we're good enough to beat anyone. We know that now, so we'll take anyone on. But if I could have my way, I'd want a lower league side at home.
Me too. I mean, the thing is, we're saying that we lost to Stevenage last year, so we have got to look at it. But yeah, I think you are right. I think that's what we would like.
I'll tell you what I'd like: something with a bit of edge. Maybe a Baggies. Maybe dare I say
don't know. Do you know what though? I think
Why
we can
not?
just
That
deal with
gives you
that.
the buzz,
We can deal without that stress for a bit though. I think let's just deal without that stress. I think. But yeah, I mean, I've got to give Chad a shout out. So Villa fans, go after this and subscribe to Chad's channel, the Villa Forever podcast. He's doing great things. So go and show Chad some support and subscribe to his channel. So shout out to Chad in the building.
Yeah, super Chad, great lad. Go and subscribe to his channel.
Yes, definitely. So it looks like the draw going to be starting soon. So yeah, big week ahead for Villa, really. Everton, Sunday. I'm going to be at Goodison. Right. Yeah. What's your early thoughts on that?
I think it's going to be a tough game. I think they're in very good form, aren't they? Everton, ever since the points deduction, they've had a real good run, haven't they? One of the form teams in the league. And Goodison's never an easy place to go at the best of times. But they've got their backs against the wall and they're fighting for their lives. So it's not going to be an easy game, especially, how we've been playing just recently with teams sitting back. Maybe their good form will mean that they won't play like that, which hopefully would help us.
Mick, how you doing, mate? I hope you're all good. So they're in the studio. They're just doing their normal little feature of showing who is going to be pulling out the balls. So
I've got to say, Luke, I've just left the family in the living room. They're watching this live, and my daughter's boyfriend's around, and he said, "Doesn't Luke look like Nicholas Otamendi?"
Do you know what? Basically, Villa fans. A bit. We're on TikTok, right? And what happens is on YouTube, it's very very Villa oriented. So when we upload a video, it's generally Villa fans that are watching. And then when we do a preview or a reaction, you'll get sort of opposition fans on. TikTok, you just get everybody. It's like a mosh pit. You upload a video or a little clip, and it's like football fans from forever. And everybody keeps calling me Jordi Alba or Otamendi.
Otamendi. That sounds a good shout then. I said I'd say it.
Everyone just keeps saying it.
Watford at home to Southampton.
You're ahead of me, so you can. You can do the draw. You do the draw. You say what's going on then.
Right, second ball's out. 22. Blackburn Rovers at home.
So we are 18. So we've got to watch out for 18.
Number 2. Wrexham. Oh, that's yours gone, Luke.
Right. Oh, who've they got?
Who's your second shot? Blackburn away. Blackburn at home to Wrexham. The second tie out. Third tie, ball 26. That's Bournemouth at home.
Oh, God, we don't want them.
It's good because you don't know what's coming, do you? So you can react live.
Yeah.
Bournemouth at home to number 24.
Not us.
No, Swansea City. So Bournemouth against Swansea. Next tie out the bag. Number 9.
Who's West Brom?
West Bromwich Albion at home. Could it be? 2. Number 28. Ooh.
Wolves?
Brentford or Wolves? That's a big tie. Potential Baggies, Wolves.
Yeah. That's a massive game, that is.
Number 6.
That is a massive one.
Out. West Ham or Bristol City. Tough game at West Ham if you got them. 19. Oh, that was close, wasn't it? Nottingham Forest or Blackpool. So potentially West Ham Forest in that one if they get through. That's a Premier League side gone as well, isn't it?
That Baggies Wolves is massive. That's going to be huge because that's their
Next
proper
one.
derby. Wolves.
Yeah. Leicester at home.
Oh,
tough
God,
game.
we don't want them.
Tough game. They're playing well, flying at the moment. 32, we're okay.
That's
Hull,
what
City,
Blues.
or Birmingham, yeah. So Blues, if they get through against Hull, will go to Leicester City.
That's them out
16,
then.
next one out. Sheffield Wednesday
That'd be a
at
big game.
home. That'd be a nice one. Always nice to go to
Yeah.
Sheffield. I'm going to Sheffield United. 27, Coventry. Sheffield Wednesday, Coventry. 25. Who's that? Chelsea. Oh, Chelsea at home. We've already beat them there. Last twice we've been. 18, it is Villa.
Really?
We are away at Chelsea. Ooh.
Oh, Christ.
Ooh, we can do it. We can beat them.
Yeah, we can
knock
beat
'em out.
Chelsea. We've already done it
Absolutely no
once.
question. If you're gonna knock the big boys out, knock them out early. Get them
That'll
gone.
be a big
Get 'em
that'll
gone.
be a big allocation as well at Chelsea.
That's a big game for them. That is. That's
Yeah.
a season definer for them. Ipswich
How
Town.
are we feeling in the
United.
chat then? Let us know how you're feeling in the chat. Happy, not happy,
Gotta relish
confident.
it.
Yeah.
Gotta relish it. Absolutely relish
Yeah.
it. If you're going to win the cup, you've got to beat some of the best sides. And I mean, let's be right, they ain't one of the best sides, are they, recently? So I think we can be confident. Could have been kinder, but it's, that's how football goes, isn't it?
Look, some of these comments, some are saying like not bad, big game. Some are saying not happy, not confident. Come
on, let's
on.
be confident. Let's be confident.
Come on.
Chelsea, any big Spurs at home? Who they got? Could do with them beating a big.
Yeah, could do with them getting something like City.
Man City, good call.
Yes,
Spurs,
Man
City.
City.
One of them's going.
There's some big Premier League games.
Chelsea, yeah. Us and Chelsea, Spurs and City, some big clubs going out. Chelsea and Man City going out next round then.
Yeah.
12. There ain't many left now. Leeds at home. Some big ties, isn't there? The Albion, Wolves, us, Chelsea, Spurs, Man City.
Goes in for that West Brom Wolves game.
Yeah.
That'll be big.
Only 4 ties left.
That's gone
Crystal
quite quick.
Palace or Everton at home.
Are United still in it?
Yes. Man United still there. Luton, Bolton, they've gone. Brighton are there. You've got Sheffield United, Newcastle, Fulham, Brighton, and Man United still left in. So some tough ties to head if the Newport or Eastleigh are there. So I bet you the bloody Man United will get them.
Yeah.
Newport or Eastleigh are out. They're at home. I bet it's 20 Man United. If this is 20, it's a fix. Into number 20.
Oh my God.
What did I just say? Easiest tie left.
You could have done with that being the other way around.
That means if Eastleigh beat Newport, the lowest ranked team in the league will be home to Manchester United. That's an amazing draw. Like we was just saying, what an amazing chance for Eastleigh to play against Man United and knock them out.
They'll probably beat them as well. Ten Hag will probably get the sack.
United at home to Brighton, so it's another Premier League team going. Sheffield United, Brighton, and the last 2 teams left are Fulham and Newcastle. So another Premier League team going out.
Yeah,
lots of Premier League teams going out. So if we can navigate past this, then we've got a chance here this year. We've got a chance. So Newcastle away at Fulham, that's good as well, because that's not going to be easy going to Fulham. There you go. That's the draw done.
Yeah. So we will have Everton this Sunday. Then we've got a week off. And then the week starting sort of like the 26th is the Friday, 27th is the Saturday, 28th is the Sunday. We will play Chelsea. And then we will be playing Newcastle on the 30th. So interesting. Chelsea, it is quite looking forward to it, to be fair.
Why not?
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Absolutely go for it.
Big game. Let's go. Let's knock Chelsea out the cup. Right. Cool. So thank you everybody who has watched the draw with us. If you are new here, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you do smash a like on this episode. And up the Villa. Thanks, Justin.
Up the Villa. Let's win the FA Cup, eh?